Well, when I come home, sometimes I just like to get in a space, you know, and just sit and reflect and think. And, what better place than to sit than a place that you don't own yet, but you see yourself owning. And so that's what I like to do, this calm scenery, you know, and I just sit back and I envision what I'm gonna do with this property once I acquire it. You know, a lot of times when it comes to our dreams and stuff, it's like how bad do you really want it? You know, I know many can relate. As an athlete, you know what I'm saying. Before you get in the game, the day before, you envision in your mind what you gonna do as soon as you get the ball in your hands. But 9 times out of 10, it never go like that. It never go as planned. And so it's just like that right there, that game, it's so many probabilities within it that you can't really never control what go on with a game. But when it comes to life, like that's how we literally have to vividly envision the stuff that we want to do, the stuff that you desire in your heart, whatever it is that you're seeking. You have to actually see it and envision it, and from there the law of attraction develops, and then you can't do nothing but win. That's something. When you set true goals, that's something that you have control over. You have no control over that basketball game, even though you envision in your mind exactly what you wanted to do. But your life and your resources, you have stewardship over those. With wise management, you can then begin to control the outcome. You can begin to move some things around and shift some things for the benefit of your future. And so you have to vividly see yourself where you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You got to see it. Everybody got ideas. Everybody got ideas. You can go to sleep and wake up and have ideas, but you have to turn those ideas into actions. Those ideas first have to translate into a business plan. From a business plan to, you gotta go and talk to investors. It can be a long road, but with persistence, it's possible. It's reachable. It's obtainable. You just have to get past, we as people just have to get past just having ideas. Everybody has, a good idea. But yeah. Sometimes you gotta step away and remove yourself from all the clutter so that you can begin to actually think for yourself, you know. Oh, and another thing, like, that made me totally forget the secondary reason why I made this post. Mind you, I'm in my unfamiliar area. They never seen my car over here. It's just a vacant lot. And so, next thing I know, whoop whoop, I got 2 police, the sheriff. I don't know. I never seen the 2 guys before in my life. They drive the motorcycles. Pulled up on me, checking up on me. I'm like, oh Lord, what I done did, mind you, this is a spacious area, so it's only a certain type of people that come through this highway. So it's like they probably seen me. I don't got no tint in the window. They instantly call the police because there's no way that they just patrolling out here. So he approached the vehicle. One of them came up, the other one stayed in the back. He was like, yeah, man, what you got going on? In my mind, I'm like, man, what y'all want? Like, I ain't did nothing wrong. I'm just sitting here, because it's like us as a people, we instantly go in defense mode, we go in defense mode when we know we ain't did nothing wrong. We feel like, you know, people harassing. So it was like, it could have, you know, I sit back and I think about how it could have went 10 times worse. You know what I'm saying? But it went smooth because I kept my composure. Instead of me saying, man, what y'all want? I don't gotta answer y'all questions. You know, I look, leave me alone. You know, that's our first argument, you know. Then we obviously see how they end every time. Another person shot down. Obviously, them laws that we spit don't apply to everybody. We constantly want to throw the law in the police face. Well, obviously, it don't apply to everybody. Obviously, it don't apply to everybody. So, like I said, man, it could have went way worse. But I was able to keep my composure, and I was like, you know, he asked me what I was doing. So I wasn't, you know, I ain't reject him. I just let him know. I said, man, look, you know, I be gone 28 days out the month. Sometimes I just need to get to a space where I could just, you know, get some quiet time, you know, and clear my mind, remove myself from all the clutter, you know. And he was like, oh, okay, where you from? I said, you know, I'm from here. I'm from here. And I guess he was trying to pick me, you know, because he was like, well, who was some of your people you were related to? And, you know, I told him my grandpa's name. And, you know, I wouldn't know whether he knew him or not because he faked like he did. That could have been just a gesture to make me think he really was questioning me. But in all actuality, he trying to trip me up to see if I'm lying. And so, you know, that went from there. And then they was like, you know, all right, cool. You know, well, we was just patrolling. You know, we see vehicles side the, you know, on the side over here like this in a vacant area. We try to make sure he ain't having a heart attack or it having car trouble or they stranded, you know. And so like, all right, I was like, all right, okay, all right. I appreciate that, officer. And so, you know, they pulled off. But, you know, I said all that to say, you know, it's just like, it's all about perspective, man. And like knowing when to keep your composure. You know, they got a lot of bad cops out there, but you know, all of them ain't bad. You know, and I ain't standing up for them because they, you know what I'm saying? It's just because at the same time, they is working in offices with bad cops. But you know, it's like at the end of the day, they all go to work and they all want to got families to come back home to, you know. We can't just necessarily always throw them all in the same bucket because that's what we don't want them to do to us. You know, we don't want them to look at us as bad people just because it's a certain group of us that's bad people. You know, so we don't want to get done like that, but that's how we do the police. You know, so and it's just all about just slowing down, man, and just taking things, you know, to another level of understanding, man, and stop depending on the thoughts of everybody else, you know, and hear God for yourself. So, man, that's it though. Just wanted to spill a couple things that was on my mind. Y'all be blessed.